Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Hi, first off, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Andrea Morici. I am currently working in the Paradise Valley Unified School District as the Director of Professional Development. I was a middle school assistant principal, and obviously a teacher before that. So I was a teacher for 10 years, and I was an administrator for the past 13 years. And currently I work as the Director of Professional Development, and I'm going on my second year in that position. First question is, what makes me a strong candidate for the EDD in leadership at ACE? And so, this is something that I have always been really looking forward to and excited to have the opportunity to do. It just seems like my path and my career has always led to some different changes. And so I wanted to find a time in my life that I really could just dive in and really focus on my learning. Obviously, being the Director of Professional Development, that is what I do. I work with teachers and principals and administrators and our district office directors on their lifelong learning. And so obviously, I've always thought that it's important to model expected behavior. So this is something that I've always wanted to do, but there's always kind of been a roadblock in my career. And so I finally am in an opportunity where I'm very excited to be able to take advantage of really diving in and having the time to be able to really focus on my studies. I have a ton of time in my life right now. My kids are grown and in college. And so my work's definitely leading me to have some opportunities where I can really work on my practice and research. And so this is just really an ideal time for me in my life that I want to be able to, dive in and work on my doctoral studies. The next question is, what do I anticipate will be my biggest challenge in accomplishing my goal? I'm a very self-motivated and self-driven person. So I'm really not worried about accomplishing or completing my doctoral program. But I would say the challenge that I have is that I'm very collaborative, and it's very important to me that I learn by, speaking, communicating with others. So I would say this is going to be a new challenge for me, and I'm excited to learn through online opportunities and chats. And so I would say probably the thing that's going to be the most difficult is learning how to navigate through the online system and doing a whole entire degree through an online program. And I would say that that's going to be a little bit of a challenge to me, again, because I just love that face-to-face time. So looking forward to finding different ways to have those opportunities as well. Working in the professional development department that I'm in, I also want to learn much more about online learning, because I'm trying to give those opportunities to our teachers, because they don't always have time to come to, our brick and mortar classes. So we want to be able to give them varied opportunities. And so I think me diving in and having this experience will give me some ideas really to enhance what I do here at my office. The next question is, what single project or task would I consider the most significant accomplishment? My last year as being principal, so the last school year ending in 2017, I finished and accomplished something that was of a pretty great task, and I'm very excited and proud of it. So when I started at the school where I was a principal of the middle school, we were an AVID school for many, many years, and I think things were pretty stagnant, but we just had a small population of our students that were involved in AVID, and I was so passionate about how important AVID was for all of our students, being a Title I school. So one of the things that when I first started there 7 years ago is that I really wanted to look at, if this is such a great program for our 60 kids, why are we not doing this for our whole school? So right away, my second year there, I went into a summer institute with some of my teachers, and we looked at becoming an AVID demonstration site, because there was just a few of them in Arizona. So, it was definitely doing my homework, doing the research, gathering data to be able to share that with parents and community and our teaching staff about how important it was that we were an AVID school-wide. So, just collaborating with others, communicating with our school, with our students, with our teachers, with district office to really say, hey, this is what we want to do. This is what we're about, and we're going to do this for all of our kids. Then motivating the staff, making sure I have the professional learning and opportunities available for them, making sure that I was inspecting what I expected. I was, walking the talk and, just making sure that I really was truly involved in the trenches of the professional learning for the community. And then obviously preparing for our AVID demonstration visit, working with district office directors. It just was such a large task, and it was very exciting. And I'm happy to report that at the end of last year, we were announced at AVID demonstration site. So that was a super exciting, exhausting, but definitely worth the work that we put in to be able to do that. So that was something that was really exciting that I accomplished. The last question is, given that I'm going to pursue a degree in leadership, who or what type of leadership do I admire? And, I think a lot of people have, talked about leading with the head, heart, and hands, but it's something that I truly believe in and truly value. And I think that anybody that has worked with me would say that this was definitely my leadership style. I'm a very servant leader. And so I think it's very important to, as far as leading with your head, really having the knowledge and the background and be educated and having experiences to really make sure that you know what you're doing and you're making educated decisions. The hands, I would say, is one that I always believed in, and I always told my teachers I would never ask them to do something that I wouldn't do myself. And so always being available for them, and really, I wasn't too big to be cleaning toilets when our custodian wasn't there. So I was definitely a doer, making sure that I was involved in anything I was asking them to be involved in. And then I would say the heart's probably my strongest, because I'm very much a relationship builder. And I think that my successes, and I've been told by my supervisors, that have definitely been because I am such a relationship person, and I really truly value and care about people. And because of that, I think that it's allowed them to trust me and to follow me, and making sure that when you are leading, that you're not just thinking one way. And again, leading with your head, your heart, and your hands is just so important, I think, to be able to impact people. It all revolves around making sure that you have routines, and you're building relationships with others, and then reflecting on them. So that would be definitely the philosophy that I live by as a leader.